Our part 3 of the They Mocked Her for Being a Virgin, But series continues. This episode is about how her wedding day revealed a dark family secret. As Inim prepares to marry Chinedu, their perfect life is thrown into chaos when a mysterious woman crashes the engagement ceremony, claiming to be Chinedu's first wife under traditional law. The revelation shocks everyone. But that was just the beginning. Inim discovers that her late father had a secret child, and that child might be connected to this new scandal. Torn between love and betrayal, Inim must dig into her family's past while questioning her own future. With the wedding postponed and her reputation hanging by a thread, Inim must uncover the truth before the lies destroy everything she's built. The hall was fragrant with fresh hibiscus flowers, the air tinged with the scent of roasted peanuts, cooking, and joy. Laughter rang out like music. It was Inim's engagement day, one she had dreamed of since she was a child in the quiet village of Inim. She had spent her youth mocked for her values, ridiculed for preserving her virginity in a world quick to discard innocence. Yet here she was, adorned in coral beads, her head held high beside Chinedu, the man who saw her worth long before the world did. Guests from Nigeria, the UK, and the US filled the venue. Some family, some elders, many old classmates from university. The older women especially admired her. "She reminds me of when women had standards," one whispered. "She's pure, inside and out." But just as the music swelled and the engagement cake was about to be cut, a piercing voice echoed from the entrance. "That man cannot marry her. He is already married. To me." A hush fell over the crowd. A woman in her mid-30s stepped forward, eyes sharp, voice unwavering. She wore a faded lace gown and held up a wrinkled marriage certificate with trembling hands. Inim froze. Chinedu turned ghostly pale. "Who is this woman, Chinedu?" Inim asked quietly, her voice trembling. I don't know," he stammered. "This is a mistake." But the woman, Ngozi, wasn't backing down. "Under traditional Igbo law, Chinedu married me 6 years ago. In Umuaria. I was the first daughter of his father's closest friend. They arranged it. I have witnesses. Ask his mother." All eyes turned to Mama Chinedu, who sat speechless, her eyes darting nervously. Inim's heart cracked. The ceremony was halted. Guests left confused. The once joyful day ended with whispers and pitying glances. Inim sat alone in her bridal chamber, still dressed in her engagement gown, her fingers trembling over the jewelry Chinedu had given her. Her mother, Mama Inim, sat beside her in silence, then gently held her hand. "My daughter, the heart is the most powerful part of a woman, and the most fragile." Tears welled in Inim's eyes. "Mama, how can he betray me? After everything?" But this was only the beginning. 2 days later, while seeking comfort in her late father's chest of papers, Inim stumbled across something unexpected. A photograph of her father with a teenage girl who wasn't her. Tucked behind the photo was a letter written in his neat handwriting. "To my second daughter, Awil. I'm sorry I couldn't be present in your life. I hope one day, you and Inim will meet and find each other." Inim gasped. Her father had another child. A sister. Why had her mother never told her? She confronted her that night. Mama Inim looked away, tears forming. "Your father made a mistake before we married. He confessed on his deathbed. I didn't know how to tell you. You were still so young, and I feared it would change how you saw him." Inim's world swirled with confusion. Chinedu's betrayal. Her father's secret child. Her postponed wedding. Her heart had no room left for breaking. But then, something struck her. The name Ngozi. In the marriage certificate presented by the mysterious woman, her name was listed as Ngozi Awil Namdi. Awil. Could this be the same girl? Could Ngozi, the woman claiming to be Chinedu's wife, also be Inim's half-sister? Haunted by questions, Inim sought the help of her cousin Amora, a legal intern in Lagos. Together, they began investigating Ngozi's background. What they found shocked them. Ngozi had grown up in foster homes, drifting between cities. Her mother had passed when she was just 8. Her father, unlisted. But in a dusty village registry in Umuaria, Amora found it. A birth record listing Ngozi's full name as Awil Ngozi Namdi, daughter of Namdi Ezekiel Etim, Inim's late father. She was her half-sister, and the man she nearly married may have once been tied, even unknowingly, to her own blood. When Inim confronted Chinedu, he sat her down with a weary expression. "I swear to you, I didn't know she was your sister, and I never truly married her. It was a family arrangement I never consented to. We never lived as husband and wife. She disappeared before the marriage was even registered officially in court. My mother pushed it through with the elders to save face." He held out a folder, court documents proving his challenge to the traditional marriage, which he'd filed 5 years ago. "She returned now because she knew I was getting married, and she wanted to ruin it." "But why?" Inim asked. "Why would my sister want to hurt me?" Chinedu hesitated. "She's angry, Inim. Abandoned. She believes her father, your father, rejected her. And now she thinks you got the life she deserved." Inim sat alone that evening, watching the sky darken. Across the ocean, elderly women in America and Britain often wrote to her after her videos. They admired her strength, her resilience, her purity in a world that sneered at it. They had warned her, the heart must be guarded even in love. Now she understood. She could forgive Chinedu, but could she trust him again? Could she love without clarity? Could she face her sister, knowing her existence had been hidden? The next morning, she visited Ngozi. They sat under the mango tree outside a quiet church. Ngozi looked tired, broken, even. "You found out?" Ngozi asked. "Yes," Inim said. "You're my sister." A long silence. "I hated you," Ngozi admitted. "Your face was on billboards. Everyone praised you. They called you pure. But no one ever praised me. I was left behind. I wanted what you had. I didn't take anything from you, Ngozi. I didn't even know you existed." Ngozi wiped her eyes. "I know, but it didn't stop the pain." They sat together, the breeze softening the moment. "You need help, Ngozi. Healing, not revenge." "I don't want your pity." "I'm not offering pity," Inim replied. "I'm offering a chance, for us both." Weeks passed. Inim didn't rush back into wedding planning. Instead, she focused on family. She invited Ngozi to live with them for a while, under conditions of counseling and calm. Slowly, Ngozi began to open up. She smiled more. She even helped Mama Inim prepare ogbono soup one Sunday afternoon. Chinedu proved himself daily, visiting, supporting, never pushing. Eventually, he and Ngozi sat down and had a difficult but necessary conversation. Apologies were exchanged. Wrongs acknowledged. On a cool Harmattan morning, Chinedu proposed again. This time, quietly. No big crowd. No spectacle. Just Inim, standing under the mango tree where two sisters had once sat in silence. She smiled. Yes. Their wedding, months later, was smaller but deeper. Guests cried, not from drama, but from joy. Elderly women from the UK and Canada flew in, saying, "This girl reminds us of the strength we once had, and the grace we must still hold." Ngozi sat in the front row, wearing a soft yellow dress, holding a baby she later named Inamara, which to be translated means faith revealed.